worrying at all. We're just listening for his call. Here I come to save the day. That means that Mighty Mouse is on the way.
This morning is a nightmare. Everything doesn't work. I've moved all the files everywhere. Oh my god. Literally, my intro and everything and all my files that I moved into the YCast folder are completely the wrong way. I think I'm back to front as well. The story of my life. Back to front. Technical difficulties. I killed the first blab session that I had scheduled by trying to get the camera set up, and then I refreshed, and then that killed it, which I think it should give you a grace period when you come in. Anyway, good morning. It's Saturday morning. I don't normally do 11ish on a Saturday morning. It's Monday to Friday, 11 o'clock, 10:58. Give you 2 minutes to get started. I am recording locally, thanks to Megan for reminding me, and I'm also recording online. So I've taken a week out of doing 11ish, mainly to finish off my course, my second course for Udemy, which is about brand advocacy using the MiFi device. Well, it's part of a advocate series of lectures, and it's been a really challenging week. Challenging in the sense of that, you know, a lot of work to do with the video stuff. Challenging in the sense of like having debates last night, which mashed my fucking head. That I'm not even going to go into because it's pointless to take my mind distracted off things like that. But it's been a hell of a week. So, like, the reason why I took time out from 11ish and doing the 11 o'clock show in the morning is that I kind of like 11ish to be this creative show where, you know, any work that I've done in the morning up to 11 o'clock and then work that I've got to do after 11 o'clock is kind of like a break in the day. So, been a bit manic this morning because I got up quite late, and then I've just ran down and done my washing up, and then I've just literally put a coffee on. So, just give me a couple of seconds to get adjusted with the golden taste of coffee in the morning. There's nothing like that morning coffee to get you going. So it's 11:05. I've got to pick my daughter up at 12 o'clock. We're going up to my mum's today, but I have got a list. Yes, I did some prep. I've got a list of things that have happened this week. First thing I need to say is my course is live. I don't know how it's live because it normally takes 2 business days for them to push it. So I pushed it, I think, Thursday night or Friday night, and it's now done. Hey, choice zones are. Somebody's sitting on the side. How you doing? I should also lock this other seat. I'm going to lock that other seat. Awesome. Yeah, so I did a list and pushed the second course. Push the second course for the MiFi, which is smarturl.it/MiFi. That will get you my free course. I pushed it Thursday. It normally takes 2 days, so I would have expected it to be live by Monday. It's already live, and last night it had over 230 people sign up in the space of about 12 hours, I think it was, which is nuts. I woke up to like an email box which was just like overloaded. Somebody's asking me to post a link in the chat. So there's 2 courses that I've got up. There's the Wirecast and Blab free tutorial, which I'm just putting in, which is smarturl.it/Wirecast and then the brand new one that I've put up, which is part of my advocate series, which will be probably about 10 of those, maybe 5 of those are going to be free, which is to do with web software and hardware and cameras and microphones, things that you use as a brand advocate on the ground. That's going to be free as well. smarturl.it/MiFi. Somebody saying the proxy server is refusing connections. I'm not sure what that is. It's not my end, it's Udemy's end. Try VPN if you're having problems connecting to it. So yeah, I pushed that last night and it's up and running. It's already going, so I'm really, really chuffed. At the minute, I think I've got nearly now, because of that, around about 700 students, it says. I'm going to put this into the chat, but for people who are watching it afterwards, it's udemy.com/user/Philip DM Campbell. You can find my profile there. So it's been a mad week. To get that out has been a mad week. Then we're also trying to fundraise for going to New York City in December as Team Humble. A group of us are going, Megan, Chloe, myself, to meet Dale in New York City, and hoping to go for a week. Hoping to go into four or 5 days, probably 5 days, staying in an Airbnb locally and go to as many soup kitchens as possible. Now, Adam, who drops in occasionally, caffeinated, has hooked me up with his sister who lives in Broadway. Not Broadway, in Brooklyn. Broadway. And I need a swig of this. 1 second. Oh, God, there's nothing like your first cup of coffee in the morning. So he's hooked us up with somebody in Brooklyn, which means that we've got somebody to help us with kind of logistics on the ground. I know that probably Dale will be interested in doing that as well, but I kind of want to take the pressure off that. So there's those two main things happening at the minute, is building up the Udemy courses and then getting over to the States to go around those soup kitchens as much as possible and give out. It means I've got to work my backside off to get my digital advocate, homeless kind of how to get re-enabled with digital technology course up, the free course, because I want to give that out everywhere. All right, so notes. I've got notes today. The Udemy course is now live, so I've linked to the two courses. Sign-ups this month. The sign-ups has been nuts. Like, literally, the sign-ups have been insane. Somebody's in the thing saying, sorry, I didn't hear what you just said. I'm not going to repeat anything. There is a recording of this, so you can replay this back afterwards. I record elevenish at 11 o'clock in the morning, every morning, or I had done until last week, until I got really, really busy, realised it was too much. So today's elevenish is recorded, and then it's Monday to Friday I'm booked in for 11 o'clock all next week. And I won't be doing much social media anywhere else apart from that. I'm just going to be concentrating on getting elevenish done, raising some money to get over to New York City in December, and then also taking on some temporary work. I want to get my full course, my full paid course up, my brand advocate course, which is huge. It's like 120 lectures, which has got a stupid amount of value in there, up as well before we go away. So yeah, sign-ups this month have been crazy. I mean, what day is it? It's the 10th. So we're 10 days into October, and just having a look at my stats for this month, if I look at each course, I can't complain at all about the amount of sign-ups that I've had in terms of the free courses, and it's really valuable to have a high base of students to talk to. So I've had 217 people last night sign up to the advocacy course in one day, which is nuts. And then over the course of the last 10 days, we've had 370 people to the Wirecast course. Adding them together is 840, so I'm not sure why it's only showing 700 on my profile page. A bit weird, that. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to say, my notes, was connectivity 4G Unlimited is sorted. Right, so yeah, I had a real issue about 2 weeks ago that I was worried about my internet connection and worried if I could actually do these shows at all because my internet kept on dropping out. And I was having all kinds of problems in terms of didn't have enough money coming in and various problems with 3 and 4 EE cards. That problem at the moment is sorted. I thought it was only going to work in the MiFi device that I had on loan from Chloe that we bought her using crowdfunding in our Team Humble chats on Blab. But it doesn't. It works in my iPad as well, which is amazing. So this morning I've packaged it all up. It's all ready to go. Like the MiFi is in there. I've even put a bunch of my Social Gandalf die cut stickers in there as well. But it's all packaged up, ready to go. I've taken the battery out. I've just got to now go and tape this up. Go and get it texted to Mum's, get a piece of paper on there, put the address on it, make sure it's like recorded delivery and signed for, and that is going off to Chloe today. So it's better late than never, right? It took an extra week to get it done, but that's because I was really dragging my heels on the MiFi course, but that's up now. Couple of little things from the chat quickly before I get on to the next thing. Some of the same students on both courses, maybe. I've not checked yet, Megan, if the same people on. It's just I've literally woke up to like 200 people signing up, so I've not even been through the list. I had not a lot to drink last night, but I had enough to drink last night, so I've not even looked at the detail yet. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that would explain it. Yeah, right. I dig, Yeah, that's probably what it is. So there's 100 people out of the 213 that signed up. 100 of them from the first course, which is good. That's really cool. It means that like people have seen that I've put another course out and they've jumped on it, which is great because if I can get that kind of numbers with a paid course, if I can get just like 50 people who pay, 20 quid, that's awesome. That means I can continue to do the free courses. I'm going to do a couple of free courses, then a paid course, free courses and paid course. So that kind of works out nice. Yeah, so that's off today. This 4G modem's going out today. We raised £80, 80 UK pounds, so like $150 for one of our members of Team Humble because she's got bad internet. It's the TP-Link 4G LTE Advanced Mobile Wi-Fi, the M7350. It's a great little device. That's pretty much what I made the MiFi course around. Most MiFis are fairly simple. Most people just get a MiFi, chuck a SIM in it if you're in Europe. I realised the other day that most MiFi devices in America don't actually come with SIMs. They're just programmed into the actual chip. Not into the chip, but it's actually on the board, so you can't mess around with it. It's kind of like a satellite updating thing. Whereas in Europe, we can take SIMs out of things and put SIMs in things. So that's kind of cool. So another thing that happened this week, that has been mega bedlam this week. I had a potential consulting job come in from, or at least an ask if it's worth connecting the two together, from the what was it now? The pop-up hotel company. I think it was the pop-up hotel company, something like that. Basically, they do shipping containers at events, and they normally do it at Glastonbury Festival. And they normally have problems with connectivity. So they normally have problems with getting high-speed connectivity in. And somebody said, oh, thought it might be interesting to talk to you. What would you do? And are you interested in some consulting work? So if that comes off, I'd be really chuffed about that. Because, one, they've already got shipping containers made and manufactured and insulated, which is something I'm looking for. I thought I was going to have to go down the road of buying a shipping container, reading up some stuff on Pinterest, and then over the course of like 3 months, 6 months, doing up the insides of it and insulating it and everything else. But I don't have to do that now because obviously I've met these people and they've already got that process going. So that's kind of cool. I can see myself working with those guys to bring in maybe a microwave link or a satellite uplink from a van. I do know a guy in Nottingham who's got like a 10 megabit van where he just pulls up with the van, connects up via satellites, streams you 10 megabits of package for the amount of time that you want. So you book him for like 6 hours, and then he sets up a Wi-Fi network, a private network, which you connect to. So that would be probably enough at Glastonbury to get out everything they want to do. I think they rent out the shipping containers for, people like MTV and journalists who need a dedicated space on site at the festival with connectivity, and I don't think that Glastonbury Festival offer that as such. I think BBC and a bunch of other people are there doing that, but there isn't anything for the kind of third-party companies. So if that comes off, I'll be really happy about that because it addresses a number of things that I'm trying to find out as well about shipping containers. Physio. I went to physio this week as well. I think it was my first physio this week. Yeah, it was. It's been such a bedlam week. I'm not quite sure where I've been. That was cool. I've been doing my little exercises. I have to do like 4 exercises a day. Sorry, I have to do 3 exercises 4 times a day for 10 minutes. I do think it's working really well. Yesterday I woke up and I stretched and it really hurt because I felt like all the muscles in it for the first time in a long time. So I think just working those muscles has kind of woke them up from atrophy because they were just sitting for 6 weeks, like just with that cast on, kind of just not doing anything because I was too worried about it being too sensitive. So that's building up quite nicely. I'll be quite interested about the strength, if the strength has gone up in this hand in 2 weeks' time when I go back. So that's going all right. That's really cool. So pushing for the December trip, that's the key thing. Last night we put up the link. I think it's GoFundMe. Hang on, GoFundMe Humble NYC. I think that's the link. So we did a collaboration this week. Me and Dale, DAYLEEOO, yeah, on Twitter, Daleo. I did a collaboration with Dale this week. She did the audio section from some notes from a blab that we did the other night. I put a video together in like 15-20 minutes. And you can see it on this fundraising page at the top. But we're trying to get Team Humble to New York City in December. And we're trying to raise about 1,800 quid, which does sound a lot because you've got 3 flights in there. You've got the Airbnb and probably a little bit of auxiliary money, not even the word, to help with any other bits and pieces, like getting people across from sort of Ireland or getting from Perth to Heathrow, like getting buses and things like that. So there's a bit of additional on there and a bit of money to maybe get us around NYC as well, like subways and things like that. So we've already got off to a bloody amazing start. In 24 hours we've raised 200 quid, so now I feel really determined to push that forward. What am I coming up to? It's 50 minutes. I've got 5 minutes left. I kind of do a 20-minute show like without going over that if we can. So if you're interested in that, do watch the video, do read through the stuff. If you can share it, please retweet it. It's gofundme.com/humble NYC. You'll be hearing more about that and what we're trying to do in the next week or two in terms of the schedule, in terms of where we're going to go. We're going to be making some Twitter lists and connecting to the people at the soup kitchens. It's going to be cool. Literally, there'll be a lot of walking involved, walking around NYC, trying to go to the soup kitchens to find out where the hot spots are, where people kind of hang out. There's got to be places where once they've been to the soup kitchen, they go and hang out in like free public Wi-Fi places, or like they're literally walking around with the shopping carts, putting glass bottles in and taking them back to a 25-cent store. So I'm kind of interested in capturing stories, the amount of homelessness that is happening in New York City, how many meals are literally being made every day. Because I'm interested in the metrics of, I know that 50% roughly of the food that goes into Manhattan goes to waste. 50% of the food that goes into Manhattan is wasted, and I'm just interested to see how much that figure has changed, and if a lot of that food is now making its way into soup kitchens. Like, is there a method of those places that chuck that food away, which is perfectly good for like 24, 48 hours, is that now making it back to these soup kitchens, or is the problem still the same? And where is the bottleneck? That's what I'm really interested in, because I think it's a universal problem all over the world, but you might as well start in the loneliest city in the world, which no matter how awesome and amazing NYC is, you do feel with overwhelming skyscrapers, you do feel quite lonely walking through. If you've ever seen this scene in I Am Legend where he gets slipped up and hung upside down before the sunrise and the wolves come out, it's very much like that in New York City for me. 17 minutes, I've got 3 minutes left. So yeah, pushing for December trips, Friday night blabs with Team Humble. We're trying to get back, or at least I'm trying to get back into the momentum for Friday nights, which is making the blab shows and coming on at 10 o'clock at night and going through for 6 or 7 hours until early morning on Saturday morning. And I'd like to kind of turn that into a fully fledged show with little bits of drop-in shows and kind of advertising for different people's podcasts and the projects they're doing. Like Megan's in here, she's doing a walk for charity over like 3 years. It's a huge project. So there's kind of things to catch up with people every Friday night. I think that's the only thing that we can agree with as Team Humble is Friday night, to all be together. What else? I've got 3 minutes. Graphics and videos for show need designing. We've got a Slack channel, teamhumble.slack.com. I'm starting to slowly invite different people in there, give them different access to different channels. The people who are already on there have got like full access to all the channels, but I'm going to slowly like bring other people on who we get on with in terms of, they understand the positive messaging, they understand the advocate side, they understand what we're trying to do in terms of ethics and supporting each other. And also we had some great news this week as well from one of the things that Megan's involved with Fixers. I'm going to be talking to the CEO of Fixers and tell her a little bit about Team Humble in terms of what we're trying to achieve using live streaming and blab and transmedia in general, using different platforms to have conversations with the people where the eyeballs are, where people are literally living now. Slack group, yeah, I mentioned that. 5 gig promotions, Instagram for Dale and things like that. I think Dale's working on that. She's been posting a lot on her Twitter account. If you go to twitter.com/DAYLEEOO, if you see any tweets in there for her gig, do retweet them, because literally all of us creatives are trying to literally survive online by using these tools to impart some wisdom, to share, to inspire each other. And obviously we've got to live, so these things like Fiverr, People Per Hour, Udemy, things like that, they're all sites where we advertise the work that we do. So if you see any adverts on either Megan Haste, which is Haste, or mine, Phil Campbell, on Twitter accounts, if you're interested and you want to support Team Humble, just by sharing and retweeting those things, we have the potential to get some more work out of it. So that would be pretty awesome if you did that. All right, coming up to 20 minutes exactly. I'm going to knock it on the head. I'm going to finish my coffee. It's 11:20. I've got to clean my caravan toilet. It's a horrible job. I have to use this horrible little thing. Yes, I've got like a little pinch thing with a tissue on it because it stinks so bad. I have to do this. I put that on my nose, and then I look a complete idiot, but like I can't smell the toilet, and that's amazing. Like it's the invention of the year. I'm thinking of selling this on the QVC shopping channel. All right, that's it. That's all I wanted to do today. I will catch up with you on Monday. Have an awesome Saturday. I'm going to go and have an awesome Saturday. I'm going to pick my daughter up, and I will catch up with you either later on tonight on Blab, just as a free-for-all Blab with my daughter, or I will catch up with you on Monday at 11 o'clock. I'll see you soon. Bye.